Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the vwnut 1967 channel on YouTube. In a second, I'll tell you what we're going to get into today, but I'd like to take a moment and just give you guys a tour of the new and improved and cleaned up VW Nut Garage. It took me, I know from your view, sorry for the shaky camera, we're trying to get it to where I can stop shaking. I spent the last couple of days just putting stuff away where it belonged and cleaning up stuff and sweeping under things and picking things up and organizing things a little bit better for space that I had for what I could use. Like, I really want to be able to get the Fast back in here for the winter with these two cars as well, and work on it. It's not a problem. Like, I could have fit 3 cars in here and worked on it, but it wouldn't have been as efficient as it is now. So let me give you guys a tour and show you what I did. So much of my problem, and maybe some of you guys have the same problem, is that if it's a flat surface, like it just collects things. Like, it just collects stuff. Like, I'll get in such a hurry when I'm finishing a project to, okay, it's a flat surface, set it down and move on to the next thing. And then that flat surface just continues to collect things. So this year I'm going to try, over the winter and through next summer, I'm going to try and just keep the flat surfaces cleaned off every day, unless it's a project that we're working on for the channel or for one of the cars. So we'll start here. I used to have the computer and the TV and everything set up on this flat bench right here. This flat bench has got today's project on it. If you know what those are, then you know what today's videos is going to be about. Probably it was already in the thumbnail, so then you already know what those are about. Probably was in the title and description. So we cleaned off that flat surface. Under there's my power tools. That is all of my material for doing interiors and things like that. That's a couple of speaker boxes, so nice and organized down there. Nothing really up there. That's kind of like my tape and junk shelf and things like that right there. This is just a workstation desk with my buffers and my grinders on the back of it right there. Nothing underneath really. A couple of floor mats that I use occasionally, a box of miscellaneous wires in my shop vac, drill press, saw, air compressor, and then a shelf for, as I'm working on projects, we'll just continue to use the shelves for the projects. This area used to be kept up with all number of things. This was all number of just random things. So we got rid of the random things and found homes for all those random things. The compressor used to sit here next to the fridge. We moved it over here so that we opened up this space right here so that we can back, or pull, in this case, we're going to pull the Fastback all the way in here at some point. Up here on the top shelf is all the, by the America's flag, is all the buckets of nuts and bolts and things. Those used to sit on a table over here just collecting dust. The cars, my car collection, my mini collection used to sit, a couple of carburetors, used to sit up there. And now my mini collection sits on these shelves here. The indoor skateboard park and scooter park is all stacked up neatly over there in that corner. The cars have plenty of room. My office space is now over here because the generator that powers the house, when the power goes out, is right there. So no matter what I do, that distance from the wall, I'm always going to lose that space all the way down that wall. So I decided to put my desk and my office and my TV and everything along that wall. It seems to have worked out great so far. I'm happy with it, and I'm excited. We got spray paints up there, detail supplies, oils, of course subwoofers. I think all the subwoofers you see on that wall are all hooked up. I think every speaker on that wall is hooked up to the TV or the computer, one or the other. So that's going to do it for in here. I think it's much better. It's going to work much better for me. I can't guarantee we're going to keep it this way because old habits die hard. So I will probably at some point get to filling up the flat surfaces again, and we will probably revisit this video of, do you remember when I spent 2 days cleaning the shop, ladies and gentlemen. That's probably how I'll start that video. Anyway, so what we're going to get into today, I'm going to start a new clip and get you guys set up in a stand so we can stop with the shaky cam. Alright, so what we're looking at is rain guards for the vintage Volkswagen Bug. These ones in particular are made by, I'll set this one over here so you can see it while I read this one, are made by Auto Vent Shade Incorporated out of Atlanta, Georgia. So you can see that they have 1 screw hole and 2 screw holes. Now I have these on the 67 and I love them for having the window cracked on a day where it's a little bit sprinkly, or if you just need a little extra shade. I also like the little bit of extra chrome that they add to the car. These have a little bit of overspray on them, so that's where we're going to start today with a little treatment of getting the overspray off of these. You can see the overspray on this one. You can use whatever chrome polish you want to use. You can use whatever method you want to use. I'm going to use some 2000 grit sandpaper and a little bit of window cleaner. That's how I'm going to start to get the overspray off. If that's too aggressive, this is going to be a hilarious video. So let me get set up for that. Before I do that, I'll take you guys over and let you look at the ones that are on the 67. And then we'll get into cleaning these up and then installing them on the 64 Bug. Alright, so you see here on my 67 Bug, we have them here. I really like them. It's nice to have a model from which to go from in order to use them, to put them on the other car. You guys can see that, sorry, I'm banging stuff around over here. But you can see how nicely they fit on the car. So we'll get set up to get those ones cleaned up and see you guys in. Alright, so I have all of the necessary things that I need. I'm just trying to figure the best way to set hold. I guess I'm just gonna, the only way to do it is get started. I got Windex 2000 grit and hot coffee. Alright, let's see how this does for the overspray. I'm sure I'm in the shot for you guys. I know. I think that with a little bit of elbow grease, we will be able to get those taken care of no problem. So I'll continue with the sanding, the wet sanding with the 2000 grit and my foam block and the Windex. I may switch to a little bit of compound and a microfiber afterwards, just to see if I can't make the chrome pop a little bit more. If I do, I'll bring you guys back for that. Otherwise, I'm not going to bore you with the sanding, the wet sanding of these to get the overspray off, which actually I would, overspray is kind of, it's a little bit of an understatement. It's more like somebody sprayed these. But when you're picking piles and the price is right, and you know that it's just going to take a little bit of elbow grease to clean them up, you don't need to be too particular about if somebody spray painted them, I guess, because these are going to come out fantastic. So we'll bring you guys back when we get the elbow grease done. All right, you can see that for sure you can see we got the overspray off of those. I am going to go ahead and put some compound on them, but in trying to keep Brian protected from Brian, we are putting things away as we use them right now, so that we don't start taking up the flat surfaces and then filling up my garage and then having to take 2 entire days to find it again. Alright, like I stated before, this is just how I do it. You guys use whatever chrome polish you want. I'm using Meguiar's Ultimate Compound and some elbow grease. 1, because it's on the shelf, and 2, because I know it works. So I just put a little bit of compound on a buffing pad, and we're just gonna hand buff it in. A little bit of elbow grease is all she's gonna take. Alright, well, they are much shinier. They are by no means perfect, but neither am I. Neither is the car they're going on, so that's good enough for us here. We did end up getting a little bit more aggressive with it than just compound and hand buffing. I'm happy with that. I may do a little bit with some actual chrome polish once they're on the car, but they're going on a car that's covered in patina. Not my dog, but covered in the look patina. So I don't want to do too much, because if it's too shiny, then it's going to look out of place on the car. So we'll get the car positioned into the work area of the garage, and we'll start on the driver's side. Alright, so you guys are looking at the driver's door of my 64 Bug, and I think this is how they go. It's nice to have a car to look at. Wrong side. They're actually pretty self-explanatory. It would be really hard to screw these up because this angle is so flat and this angle is so round. So the roundy bit goes in the roundy bit, right? And the flat bit. I need to get the pliers and massage this real quick. So you see right here, maybe when it was on the buffing wheel, maybe I'll fix that real quick. See how that fits. I'm gonna say that is pretty nice as long as the window rolls up, so we'll hop in there and see if we can't roll up the window. Probably fall out if I'm rolling up the window, right? I need to go flatten this piece out real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, now we will see if we can't roll up the window. Over here now, guys. Now we're over here. I would say that's a pretty sharp look, and it's just two screws, one here and another one I believe right here, that just just little tiny screws that go right into the trim, just ever so slightly. You don't want to get crazy and go drilling into your doors or self-tappering into your doors. They just need to be a little bit there to hold it, so that's what we'll do. But other than that, I think those look great. So we'll put the other side on, and well, first we'll put the couple of screws in. All right, so pay attention if you want to know how to do this. If you don't, skip ahead. I picked out the screws and the size that I wanted to use, and I've already lost one. We're just going to drill a hole right through the trim, and then we're just going to put a screw in. So we just make sure that it's where we want it, and it is. Just like that. Then we'll switch our operation to the, careful, that's going to be hot. Then we'll put our screw on. And I'm just using just a small sheet metal screw. Whoa, hit the dog bed. Okay, so you can see the installation is nice. I'll get the light. So, one screw right there. And then there's another one. Where are you guys? Looking right into the light, you guys are. Let's see if I can show you guys without messing up. And then there's another one right there on the front corner. We'll do the same on the other side. Very happy with both bugs looking like they have a little bit of shade to them. A little bit of rain protection. I like the look. And that's how you install them. At least that's how I install them. Anyway, we'll get the other side done. Okay, so we got both sides installed. Super stoked with them. They do have a product on them right now, so they don't look the greatest, but they do fit the car right now a little bit screwed up, but they're going to be okay. I decided that the car was dusty, so I needed to hit it with a little bit of wax, and I also decided that you guys hadn't heard a Hazy Days song in a while, so I was going to go ahead and, while I was hitting this with a little bit of spray wax and wiping it down for you guys to watch and enjoy, I would give you a Hazy Days tune to listen to at the same time. Link for Hazy Days in the description. Great musician, great friend, great guy. So I would say that those rain guards came out fantastic. Patina, come see your fans. Patina, come see your fans. Oh, say hi to the fans, say hi to the fans, say hi to the fans. Alright, if you guys watched my sauce video, you know in 45 minutes we'll be taking the tomatoes. Oh, that's cool. Be taking those tomatoes out and saucing them. Oh, Foggy Puppy wants treats. Let's have some treats for the mean trick Dad played on you, telling you your people were here. Come see your fans. We'll go have some treats. Oh, delicious treats. Delicious. Yes, very delicious. Okay, come on. You want to come out to the garage? Let's go. Let's go. Get out to my garage. Let's go. Nice.
1, 2. Well, these rules are meant for breaking. Life's a journey that everyone's taking. Imagine time was twisted and you existed. Fun was on your side as you climbed to the top of the slide. You're never gonna know it, 'cause all you did was blow it. Now you're looking for a place to hide. My friend, you lend a helping hand to lost and found. Well, after all said and done, well, I'll go and buy a gun, but someone's gonna end up in the ground. Let's break some bread and we'll all get fed, and then we'll drink until tomorrow. Too many secrets and lies with your storytelling eyes. I think you love all the pain and the sorrow. Well, these streets are meant for living. There's too much taking and not a lot of giving. Well, if you're gonna be fake, well, that's a chance you take. But don't complain when the real are winning. 'Cause my friends, they lend a helping hand to those in need. Well, after all said and done, who really won? I think it all boils down to greed. So help me out, help me work it out, help me try to understand. I think we're all the same in this crazy game. You gotta learn how to hold a hand. My friend, you lend a helping hand to lost and found. Well, after all said and done, well, you'll go and buy a gun, but someone's gonna end up in the ground. Let's break some bread and we'll all get fed, and then we'll drink until tomorrow. Too many secrets and lies with your storytelling eyes. I think you love all the pain and the sorrow.
Well, that's pretty significant for me. I'd like to thank each and every one of you 5,900. Thanks for being my motivation. Patina, say goodbye to the people. Yeah, you're not having it today. Not having it on the rainy day. That's it. That's all the people get. Well, I'll say goodbye to the people. And thank each and every one of you for being here. We will see you in a couple of days.